Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 2019 First Official Coach Workshop. We're so excited. My name is Carly Sabev, for those of you that don't know me, and this is...
I'm Courtney Anderson. Holla.
Holla. Courtney and I met each other through this business. I know that we have some other leaders on here. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Erica. Hi, Mindy. But for those of you that are watching the recording, we're just going to kind of go through like some of the basics with coaching. At this point, we're kind of assuming if you haven't done all these things already, don't worry. But we want to say first and foremost, before we get into like the tasks, like we're so excited for you. We should definitely start out with that because we really are. Like Courtney and I met through this business and we've become like the closest of friends. And that sounds so weird, like especially if you're new to anything social media or just online in general and you're like, I make friends. Like it just sounds weird, but if you've joined challenge groups, you kind of know. And just know that this is such a really amazing opportunity because it allows you a space to be creative, to earn money, to work on yourself. You have no salary cap. You have no boss breathing down your back. And that's not what this group is designed for. We really want to make sure that you guys know that you're just very supported in this space and that we're going to help you through all of our mistakes that maybe we made and give you the right tools you need to be successful in this business. And it's so very possible no matter where you are in your life, no matter what job you work, we're here to help you figure out a way that can just fit in as like a side hustle at first if that's what you want, or a full-time gig, and make it work for you. It's going to look different on everybody, right, Court? And it's like one of those things where we just feel like we're excited to help you reach your potential and like be fulfilled in your life because you're clearly missing something and that's why you're here, right?
Yeah, totally. And to just know as we go through this process within the next month, you guys, Carly and I are like two very laid back people. So it's not like we're going to be like overwhelming is a choice and like on your asses about this. This is all on you because with this business, you have to understand what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And Carly and I know this because what we have put into our business, we have got out of it, and it's different each month. And it just depends on if you want to push 1 month and then another month, you kind of just want to take the back seat. A couple of my leaders on my team, for instance, Sarah's busiest time at work because she is a manager of, I always forget what it's called. She's a horticulturist. Yes, with plants. Yes. So her busy time is the summertime with that. But in the winter time, that's when she can totally cut back, and she puts a lot into her Beachbody season or into her Beachbody business. So there's different seasons of this, and you're going to hear that in your own business. Yes. But what we have found is if you get started right off of your training, which we are providing, it sets the tone and the pace for your business. And being consistent sets the tone and pace for your business. And that is the one thing, if there's anything that I can say to you guys and questions that you're going to have of like, well, what has worked for you? It's consistency. And I'm not even saying like 100% consistency each day, but being consistent, like just in your business.
Right.
So.
And sometimes that could just mean monthly consistency too.
Yeah.
We can help you with that. Like just making sure you're running a challenge group every month because then you have somewhere to invite people, and we'll help you through all of that.
Right.
And I don't know if we mentioned this, but at this point, like all we're really expecting of you guys is just to come in here and be honest and open and just kind of show up, because sometimes when you go quiet, like we don't know what to do. It makes us feel weird. We just want you to know we're here for you. So all that we expect from you guys is just to show up. There'll be a morning post every single day that kind of helps you with a task or a guideline. So if you're newer or you're just like trying to revamp and start your business, the only thing that I would say you should focus on, and I think Courtney would say the same, is like this group and then like your regular challenge group and focusing on your own journey. And then we'll kind of guide you through everything else, because you might be in a bunch of groups and you'll see notification pops up, and those are like really shiny objects that you want to go after. And like at this point, it's just not even necessary. Everything you're going to learn and need to know is right here for you. So if you can check in like once a day and just like, hey, I'm done with the task, or hey, I'm behind, or hey, this wasn't a good day for me, and we see that you're struggling with maybe time or something, then maybe we can help. And what you can expect from us is just to be here. We will show up in the same way that you will. We're always going to be in this group every single day. We'll have this call. We're going to have lives every single week, right, Courtney? Like that help you focus on a different thing, and just really help you navigate through how to launch a business, because it can be scary, but it's also very liberating. Did I miss anything?
No, you did good. It is very liberating, and that's the thing. And with what Carly said, just even if you're having a bad day, just show up in here and be like, you know what, I'm having a bad day. And this is another piece of advice I'm going to give you, as she was just talking about the notifications. Mute notifications on your phone currently. I'm being serious, especially on Facebook. I can't even tell you like the amount of notifications I get on it, and it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Again, though, I'm not telling you what to do. This is just a suggestion. If you want to take this serious and focus in on this and focus in on your challenge group, just focus in on those two things. Yeah. Nobody's going anywhere. There's nothing. There's always got to be a learning process. And this is it.
Right. And if something ever feels like it's too much for you, it just means you're growing. We don't want to say don't be overwhelmed. We want to say that like you're going to be in a growth state. It's kind of like learning a new job. There is an app called Facebook Groups where you can actually separate your groups and turn off notifications on certain ones, especially if you have an iPhone. Like I have an Android and I don't have that app, but I just, try to manage my time a little bit better. The other thing I was saying on the top of the call was, at this point, if you haven't already, you're going to get an email from Beachbody that talks about the first 30. That's going to be like your go-to guide that you work with with your coach one-on-one. It's going to kind of help you like what to do in the first 30 hours, the first 30 days, and the first 30 minutes, I think. Sorry, minutes, hours, days. That's how it goes. And so if you haven't done any of that yet, it's not a ton to catch up on, but we would definitely recommend you focus on the first 30 and then the GEM test. And I'll let Courtney tell you a little bit about the GEM test.
Okay, so the GEM test too is a lot that you're going to hear on with Coach Talk. And it really is, it's a personality test, okay? And there's four different GEMs, Carly? Yes. Yeah. Okay, there's 4 different GEMs. And it really helps you understand not only yourself, but other people when you're dealing with them. I don't know if anyone's ever read the 5 love languages. Yes. It is almost like after I read this and after I did that GEM test, I was like, oh my God, it just all clicked with understanding what people needs are and how they communicate and how they process information and kind of what their love language is, where you're like, okay, I get it. So definitely you want to take the GEM test, and that probably takes, I think that took me like 10 minutes to do, if that, 15. It does not take a lot of time, but when you answer these questions, you're going to be like, oh, that's interesting. And it just gives you kind of something like to relearn about yourself. Because as you guys know, in this business, we as coaches are growing all the time, which is amazing, and just learning about yourself. So take the GEM test. You can find it you put the website up there, Carly?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And it's just like a slideshow. It says, I have to change. It says it's take an hour. I would say it takes like 20 minutes max.
Okay.
I think that I just need to edit that. I don't know. Maybe I was a new coach and it took me an hour.
Maybe.
But it should not. It really should not.
Yeah.
We took it not too long ago. But then, it's on the website and it's just like a slideshow. So you need a pen and paper and you just zone in, and it's really going to help you. Again, understand even your learning style. Because if I'm talking to you as a Pearl and you're a Ruby, you'll know what I mean when you see this. You're going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about right now. It's not clicking with me. So you'll love it.
Yeah. And again, 20 minutes. I really
Yeah.
think mine took like 15, but yes. So just that is one thing to do that you guys should be doing this week and just get it done and over with.
Yes.
The other thing we're going to talk about too is introductions to social media platforms, because you have to think too that social media is a huge part of your business. This does not mean that you need to be on there 24 hours, and I do not recommend you being that way on your social media. I highly recommend not being that way on your social media. It's true.
Totally. You can almost like what I wish somebody told me to do in the beginning,
Yeah.
and I know Courtney and I are super aligned with this, is almost like set yourself working hours. I know that a lot of people like will say that, I mean, I find myself on social media more than I should be, but I really think that setting business hours for yourself, like whether it be 15-minute blocks, like before you go to work, whatever you do, or before you, at night before you go to bed, then that should be your time, because otherwise you end up mindlessly scrolling. I mean, who in here has been on Instagram stories or Snapchat stories like forever, and then your spouse is upset with you, or you're upset with yourself and you're ignoring your children or your dog or your cat, and it's just, we don't want you guys to feel that way, but we
Or you
do
feel
want
dumb.
yeah, it just takes up mindless time, and it's
Yeah.
essentially taking, time is one thing that we can never get back.
Right.
So one of the things that we want to share with you about social media platforms is, like, especially when you're a new coach, focus on one to start. Like it's either going to be Facebook or Instagram from you. Some people do run their businesses on Twitter and Pinterest, but I think that's way later in the game. So those are the two that we focus on. You can do both if you want, but if you want to get really good at one and then graduate to another, that's probably our recommendation in the beginning. Think about where your people are that you could help. What do you feel more comfortable with? What do you have more fun with? What do you share more on? Then that's the platform you should go with and use. And all you really have to do at this time, if you're not posting already, is kind of like work with your coach and introduce yourself to the business. And it can be something simple. Like I can even post an example, like I've started, this new journey, and I wanted to share it with people. I'm excited. I'm nervous. Maybe you already have some results. You could share some results. If not, you can just say, I'm looking for people to join me, and be truly authentic. Say something that you would say out loud is always going to be our recommendation on social media. You don't have to be lengthy. Doesn't have to be scary. Work with us if something does scare you. A lot of us did not want to be social media heavy. We don't want to make it a heavy thing. We want it to be something that you guys have fun, but we will say that it's very hard to work this business without social media. You definitely want to plug yourself in there at least, once a day to show up in people's news feeds and stuff. But to start, keep it simple. Announce yourself that you're starting a fitness journey, and if you want to, start in a business.
Yeah, and don't be scared too, because like Mindy, and I'm just using you as an example because I know Val has to introduce you. I still have to introduce Becky. But this is the thing. Just because I introduced Becky does not mean that she should not introduce herself as well, as in her writing her own post and presenting it. And this is where everyone gets scared, because they're like, well, they already saw it. My followers saw it. And it's like, no. Let's not get this twisted. I will tell you this, and this is what I have learned with all of my social media stuff. Only 7% of your followers see your social media posts. 7%. That's nothing. That is like nothing. Carly and I are also too in this coach group going to teach you guys about email, because in the end, that is where it's at. But that excites me. I'm very excited about the email.
Me too. I mean, think about how many emails you get in a day, and it's always the companies that you're like, oh yeah, I need to buy something, remember? Oh yeah. Not that they're bugging you. We don't want to make it so you're bugging people in their inbox, but just adds another layer of, like, say those people that you could help that aren't hitting your social media 7%, then you're getting somebody else by email, and they might receive that better because they don't like social media.
Right.
So we're going to teach you how to do it in a seamless way that's not pesty in both avenues, both social media and in with email. And
Right.
Courtney's kind of like a pro at this stuff because she works with like a big marketing lady. So she's
Too.
more the expert than me. I'm still learning, to be honest.
Yeah, so again, don't think if the social media scares you, good, I'm glad that it does, because we all should be stepping out of our comfort zones. But again, why Carly and I are doing this workshop for our two teams, not only because we're all badass and we vibe all together, but this is stuff because Carly's been a coach for 4.5 years, and I'm on 3.5. And this is stuff, you guys, I wish I started my email marketing at day one of being a coach. I can't even imagine the amount of people I would have had on that thing by now. Like, it's just, we would like to show you, for you guys to learn from the mistakes that we have made. But it's all been a learning lesson, and it's brought us here, so which is good. But we're just trying to help you kind of fine tune everything. So, but don't freak out about the email stuff right now. We're not even getting into that. Just an overview call tonight.
Yes. And it's all fun.
Did you say for your social media, whatever one you feel most comfortable on, that's where you need to start. Don't try to, if you don't even have an Instagram account yet, just work with your Facebook. If you're not comfortable on Facebook and Instagram is your jam, roll with Instagram.
Yeah.
So.
Love it. Totally. And there's actually a free Instagram training. It's called Instagram 101 training. And one of our upline coaches, Amanda Huber, has put together some stuff. So we definitely have resources for you to learn if you feel like you're not technology savvy, which a lot of people are not coming into this business.
Right.
And that's not a huge concern either. Another thing you'll hear, and I'm actually going to share my screen for this, Court, is like you're going to hear the term back office a lot. Has anybody heard of that? You guys know what that is? Probably not. If not, that's okay. It's basically your coach office. So your coach online office is something that is included with your business fee, which is awesome. So starting a business with Beachbody is brilliant. And I want you to feel good about it, because a lot of the times people are like, what is this fee for? And it's like, you get all your shipping covered. It's like starting a brick and mortar business and only paying, my gosh, like literally a cent compared to what they pay for everything that we get. Our own websites, email addresses, shipping taken care of. Everything that you need is basically handled by Beachbody, and they just write us a paycheck. So your back office is going to be, we can share the link, but it's HTTP, whatever. It's coachteambeachbody.com. And then you're going to have the chance it'll like log you in. And this is essentially what it's going to look like. The one thing we wanted to share with you here is really just like a couple things. One is going to be that you can sign up for EFT, which means that you can get direct deposit with your paychecks. And that is huge because you can get your paychecks in the mail, but it's 2019, guys. Like, let's just get it straight to the bank.
Let's save some paper. Let's go green.
Totally. So you can get to your EFT management. How you do that is go to monitor your business when you log in, and then you're going to see customers and orders, qualification, downline, compensation. And this is kind of where you would go through. You can look at your commissions and earnings here, but my EFT management, you click on that, and essentially it's just going to walk you through what to put in. Mm-hmm. Please don't take my bank information. No, I'm kidding. I trust you guys. You're good. I don't have a ton of money anyway, so just kidding. Not yet. But that's a really important thing to know. Another thing is going to be that you have access to FAQ. FAQ is like a huge tool within Beachbody. It stands for frequently asked questions. It's under support. So there's all these things. There's news, grow my business. You guys I highly recommend, sometimes like me teaching you might not remember as well as just going in and doing it yourself. I don't know if you guys are like a hands-on person, but I am. So it's going to be under support, and you're going to just basically go here anytime that you have a question. I mean, coming to us is going to be totally cool. Like the first like 30 days, 60 days, whatever. But sometimes we try not to be on our phones all day. So if we're not answering you, or you don't feel like you got the right answer to a question, this is your go-to. You can literally you can manage your Shakeology orders here, manage BOD. You can do a ton of stuff, but say we asked a question like, what's a question you guys have? Anybody have anything? Like how, I can't think of something. I didn't think about this. But say you even wanted to put like, what is a challenge pack? Because you don't remember and you heard coaches say it and you feel stupid asking. You're going to find a bunch of stuff back here. Like, how do I, for example, how do you even upgrade a Beachbody On Demand to a challenge pack or a completion pack? It's going to tell you, let's see, Beachbody On Demand challenge pack. So this would essentially be your answer, and it's going to break everything down for you, tell you what to get. I used to ask my coach questions probably 30 times a day, and I think she wanted to kill me. And so for that reason, I just never went to FAQ because that was me being lazy. So my advice to you, so you don't annoy yourself or annoy anybody else, is just do FAQ, Google, then go to your coach. And if you're seriously stuck, then don't feel bad coming to us. Like, we get it. No question is ever stupid. And sometimes you're not going to be able to find everything. So this is just a resource for you. And then what was the last thing on here, Court? Oh,
share a cart.
Oh, share.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through it, or you want me to just do it since I have it open?
Just do it since you have it open.
Okay, cool. So the last thing here is 2 resources that I would say are the most important. So when you say you've introduced yourself, right? And you're like, people are interested. They're like, what are you doing? What is that step you're using? What is that shake you're drinking? And now they're like, I want to order from you, right? Well, this is the part where it's going to come in handy. To help somebody order, you're going to go in your back office to Grow My Business. And one of the most amazing resources we have is called Share a Cart.
It really is a jam.
It is. It's so brilliant because you can just send people stuff in their email. Again, why email is so important. So you're going to go to Share a Cart, and Share a Cart essentially just needs a few things from you before you help somebody place an order. So there's a couple options over here. You can do a new enrollment or order. You can view status, sign in and out. You can enroll customers and coaches here. So if I wanted to do a new enrollment and say I was talking to somebody, and we're going to help you through like conversations and stuff like that, but you knew that somebody wanted to order like a Beachbody On Demand all access challenge pack, right? And maybe that's what you got. So that's what you're first recommending to people. All you need from them is their email address, and then it's going to ask you, like, I'm just going to put like Susie Smith. I'm making up somebody. I hope this works. At gmail.com. So you enter this, and then you enter their name and pick we can do US and Canada and United Kingdom, just so you guys know that. You can really hit people from other countries, which is cool. You do customer or coach, and yes, I have permission to enter this person's information. And then you're going to click continue, and it's going to pull up all of our stuff. So you can add anything. Now you're kind of adding it to a cart for them. So it's kind of like an online shopping process for us, and then it goes directly to them. So say they ordered a challenge pack, we're going to pick challenge pack. And the reason why I'm taking you through an all access demand challenge pack is because you're going to need more information than just that. Then you get your options with challenge packs. Don't feel overwhelmed by the fact that you don't know all this shit right now. It's totally fine. Sorry for swearing. Most people know that I have a potty mouth. Okay, so say this is what they ordered, the annual Beachbody On Demand Shakeology Mega Performance Challenge Pack. The only other things that you're going to need to know is what Shakeology flavor they choose, and the size bags that they choose. So when you do get to know a lot more of our products and what kind of Shakeology flavors there are, in case you don't know right now, you're always going to want to ask that up front along with their email and their name. And you can either do single servings, the 30 serving bag. I'd always tell people to do this because you can get more bang for your buck. And you can only get one flavor, but right, you guys, it's like you can get through like 34 servings or whatever. So then you select your flavor, and then select your packaging. And there's your performance line. If there's performance, we're just gonna say chocolate recover, and then the servings tub. And then you're gonna hit continue. So now they have a cart built, and you can add anything in here. So you can do continue shopping and add like a thing of Energize. I'll just do that really quick so you guys can see it. Or say they want beach bars. This is just easier. I'm gonna add it to the cart, one-time order, and then they have everything they need in their cart form, and it sends them an email. Now, when that email sends, wow, it went through, you guys. Susie Smith exists. She's gonna get a big old order and be like, who is this lady? Wouldn't that be crazy if she purchased it?
I would die.
I would die. Now, if for some reason they don't get this email, what I've learned, and Courtney, maybe it's happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your spam, because certain emails don't recognize, right?
Yeah. So I've sent it twice and then do the copy shareable link.
Exactly. You can hit copy shareable link and you can send this directly to them. And then this is important because you want to make sure you get the credit. The only other thing you check is the view status. So knowing that it's sent is going to be important for you. You'll have 3 columns: sent, viewed, and purchased. So Susan Smith, you can actually see if she viewed it. These are like some of my customers where I've sent them stuff and they haven't done anything with it yet. And then you can see all the purchases as well, which is awesome. So this is a great tool for you. If this scares you and confuses you, the second option is Coach Link Generator. And that is a little bit more simple, and it has them do the work. But I found that people take longer to do this, so it can definitely work. Coach Link Generator, we will share this with you as well. I'm going to turn it over to Courtney, but once you sign up to be a coach, you'll get your coach ID in an email. If you can't find it for some reason, it will be in your back office. It's actually right here on your main page. So see how it says like my coach ID right there? And then all you do is go to Coach Link Generator. It's Team Beachbody Coach 411.com, Coach Link Generator, and then you hit submit. Every single link down here, you can copy paste and send this to someone. So like, for example, if somebody wanted the Transform 20 annual Beachbody On Demand Challenge Pack, you can copy and paste this and it will directly go to them. So if I just put it in a window, hit paste, they're going to be able to go through the order process. It looks similar to Share a Cart. Just do the order yourself. You'll still get the credit and you're good to go. So there's 2 options and ways for people to order. Highly recommend Share a Cart. Both work, right?
Totally.
Am I missing anything, Court, or does anyone have any questions on that? I know it's a lot of information. Don't feel like you have to know it all right now.
Yeah, and if you guys, like, honestly, and again, you can always come and ask us or ask your coach. We're here for you. We will never be like, no, we're not answering any of this. But we just want to make sure that, with the questions and all of that, like, that's a good time to go to your FAQs or go on your team page, whoever's team page you're on. Put it out there or put it on the Goal Getters. These are in the Facebook groups, because a lot of that, and for first me being a coach, I learned a lot from other people's questions where I was like, oh, and then I would read the answers and I was like, all right, cool. Like, I get it. But that Share a Cart, once you do one for the first time, you're going to be like, wow, that's pretty easy. Mm-hmm. And I always do Share a Carts. I don't do the Coach Generator. I don't do that one, but the Share a Cart is the jam.
It is.
But again, we will walk you through that again, because we understand that it's going to take you sitting in front of your computer and doing that. And that's the thing too. If you have somebody who's like, oh, I want to order, and you're at work, be like, okay, when I get home from work, I will send you the email with all the information. Just do what the email says. That's it. For me, I always recommend Chocolate Vegan Shakeology, because that is my jam, and I'm just a lover of it, but I do ask people where I'm like, okay, just remember to ask what type of Shakeology they want. Most likely they're going to say what's good, and it's going to come from your experience. That's why I'm like chocolate vegan. I have so many people who drink chocolate vegan, so.
Yeah. You know what I say during my, like, because I was a waitress forever. Courtney, you can relate to this. Anybody else wait on tables? You know what I say? And people like really appreciate it is I say my top 2 favorites are chocolate vegan and vanilla vegan. I'm not a vegan by any means, but I like their flavors. And I say my husband, who, whatever, we're in the process of getting a divorce, but I say he likes the strawberry vegan, but I don't. And when I give them that honesty, because I want to like knock it out, say he likes it, I'm not a huge fan of it, then they're like, oh, well, at least she's telling me what she likes. Not that that matters, but sometimes people just like that extra hint of honesty because it creates trust within your relationship.
This is true. And that strawberry vegan one, I do not like. Okay. Yeah, it's not our thing. So the next we're going to talk about, so you're probably at this point like wondering like, okay, how do I connect with people? How do I get people, and I'm doing air quotes for anyone who can't see me. How do I get people to buy from me? Because that is what's going to come out of your mouth. And first of all, we're not salespeople. We're not. I've never considered myself a salesperson in this. I have just shared my journey, and I've been very honest and open about it. And then people attract to you. So, but this is a little homework assignment that if you want to start vamping up, if Facebook is your jam, you can start by just doing a couple birthday messages a day to start connecting with people. So that is either sending them a private message saying happy birthday or posting on their wall. Second thing you can do is you should write a list of 20 people down. I'm going to amp this up to 25. 25 people down. You might be like, who? And that would be friends, family, coworkers. If you go to church and you have people at your church, if you're in some type of support group and you have a couple gal pals in there.
Yeah, gym. Did you used to go to a gym? Maybe you have fitness buddies?
Yeah, some fitness pals. I don't know, maybe you were in a mom group that you and your moms talk. There's people. But what you're doing is putting this down on paper, and you're seeing like, okay, who can I invite this to? Because all of us on this call are going to have a March group that we're inviting to. Okay? And Carly and I are going to do this exercise too with you guys. You're not alone. We're not telling you to do something and then her and I are not going to do it. We're doing this. So write down 25 people that you know who you would think would want to join your accountability group. That's it. And then start on your social media by just saying happy birthday to people. I mean, there's a birthday every day.
Yeah, and you know what I say? I say, hey, so-and-so, how are you? I just wanted to stop by and wish you a happy birthday. And then I hit send, and you would be shocked the amount of conversation I've started because people love the personalized happy birthday message because everybody just writes on a wall. And it's a really good gateway to just start a conversation. One thing that I would say too about having conversations with people is you really have to think about the way that you're going into it. If you feel weird and icky and uncomfortable and you're like, I don't want to sell to them, that's exactly how you're going to come across. So go in with the BFF rule. Like just be chill, be yourself, try to be a friend to somebody and know that you have really something great to offer, but it not necessarily will always go in the direction of like Beachbody. For the most part, we're going to teach you a couple tips on how to communicate with people. We use something called FORM. It's like family, occupation, recreation, and then sending a message to somebody as just a guide. But I also think that sometimes people get so tripped up in that acronym, they forget how to be themselves. Yeah. So we just want, but it's a good guide if you don't know where to start. Like, it's like, okay, well, how's your family? You can ask somebody about what their family's like. do you know what they do for a living? Because this is also helping you determine what type of fitness program works into their lives. And then, what do they do occasionally, like recreationally, outside of their occupation, outside of their family? What do they have time for? Do they have a 20-minute workout? Can they do an hour-long workout? What will work for them? And then you can send that message to them, which is more of like an invite. One of the things that we do is we have like consulting questions. We don't like love the word consulting, but in the world of business, it's more of like questions that you can ask someone to help understand where they are. Because at the end of the day, I know we've kind of mentioned this, is it is a relationship business. So you really want to get to know people. Like, you're not going to just be like, somebody might even come to you and be like, I want this. I want this and I want to order it now. Like, sometimes you have to pump the brakes a little bit and figure out where they are in their life, because somebody could really, really want Transform 20, but then later on they sign up and they get it and they cannot move a certain part of their knee, and then they're pissed off, and that's kind of your bad, or it reflects bad on you because you didn't ask enough questions in the beginning. So what we're going to do is share in the group a list of consulting questions. I won't go over like a ton of them right now, but it just helps you guide through the conversations. My best advice, and I know Courtney will say this, like, just try to be your natural self and be friends to people, because it's just going to come across way better, and they're going to be more likely to join you if you're yourself.
Right. And we're not going to be a DICK and just start messaging people, cold messaging people. This is not our style. That's not our vibe. You will never win with a cold message. Yeah. And the person receiving that cold message will show it to her friend and be like, look what I just got. And they'll laugh, because that's what I do when I get those messages. I share with Carly, or I share with, and I'm like, look at this, we're never doing that. So we're not even, don't ever think that we're going to be like, start just cold messaging people and be like, hey, do you need help with your fitness? Like, no, we're not doing that at all. So yes, go on.
No, that's okay. And we can even send you like some examples, of course, like what that would look like, maybe like a do versus a don't.
Yeah.
And you're going to know what feels right to you. The best thing is always to like read a message out loud. If you don't feel like it seems, is that something you would say? Okay, then send it. If not, then just take a step back and don't feel too much pressure.
Right.
But another thing you can do, since we are talking about email addresses, or the email blast, is really like when you start conversations with people, you can even do it this way. One of the things that we'll give you like a heads up on is really helping people, like offer them value, creates this trust and bonding relationship. So why we want to help you start emails and an email database is because we want to help you send like a free meal plan and recipe and grocery list to all of your potential customers. Right then and there, they're going to be like, wow, this is awesome. This is not work that you have to do. It's something that's already provided in our team. It's been done. So when you're talking to them, and you're talking to them about nutrition, this will come up in the conversation and be like, hey, I might be able to help you. Can I have your email address to send you some, future emails? And I would love to send you a meal plan, a grocery list, so on and so forth. That's also going to help that connection. And they're going to know that you're just not in this for the money or whatever. You truly want to help somebody. And it's going to help you better guide them into like a challenge group and eating clean and all that, because they're going to already have an idea. So normally there is something called free groups where our upline actually offers that. We'll talk about it in the group. But in this case, in our group, we want to support you guys with some free value that you can give your customers off the bat. Which is killer for you.
Killer. And again, we wish we would have done this in the beginning. And two, I want you guys all to know your social media is of value too. So remember that. So don't look at social media as like, oh, super icky. Again, I have done some very wonderful things on my social media and bring people value every day on it, whether it's making them laugh, sharing an inspiring story, motivating them to move their booties, whatever the case may be, or connecting people, or like, bringing somebody else up. I think I'm going to, Carly, I meant to tell you that today. I think I'm going to start doing the Wednesday woman crush things. I meant to
Ooh, I
say
like
that.
it.
So your social media is of value to people too. The next thing too, just to let you guys know, because when you get into coaching, you might think, well, like, what if there's a month where I need to push my Shakeology back or like some type of supplement? This is what you have to carry as a coach to stay active. And what that means, if you're an active coach, that you are going to qualify for Success Club 6. That number we'll talk about in a little bit. But you have to carry, to be an active coach, 50 personal volume. So if you're a daily Shakeology drinker, which everyone should be, that is 90 personal volume that you carry. You can get the 50 with, if you are an Energize lover. Is Energize a full 50?
I don't remember. Jackie, do you know?
I don't know if Energize is a full
I'll look
50.
it up right now. We should know
I don't
this.
think
Sorry,
it
guys.
is.
I don't think it is either. I think it's
I
like
don't
I
know.
want to say it's like
37.
35 or 40 or something.
But Recover is a full 50, right?
I know this stacked together gives you more than
Okay.
50. I'd have to look though.
I want to say they're both like 37 or something.
Okay, so if you're drinking Energize and Recover, usually two go hand in hand. That's over 50. The beach bars, you could do an Energize and beach bars. That's over 50. So there's other ways to, or if you're a daily sunshine drinker, because that is very good stuff. If you're getting that for your kids, that is 90. So there's all ways to get over the 50 to be an active coach.
Yes.
So yes.
And then you know what we'll say though? As long as you're still paying your business fee, you're still going to be a coach. It'll just say inactive in your back office. So like if you don't purchase anything, but you still keep paying that $15.95, you're good to go. And like you would still get a paycheck, but you'll want to be active for something like Success Club that Courtney was going to touch base on. Courtney, you want to chat about it or you want me to?
Yeah. So Success Club, it does not define you. I want to say that because I don't want anyone to think that that defines them in this business. It does not. It is a huge perk though that the company has. So Success Club is about a number of people you helped. Every challenge pack you sell, one challenge pack is worth 2 points. And a Shakeology Home Direct is worth 2 points. So if you help 3 people for the month, you are going to help, and they get either Shakeology Home Direct or the challenge pack, you will hit Success Club 6. And in this is when you get some fun swag from the company. There is every year a Success Club trip. So this year they're going to a cruise. Last year, Carly and I whooped it up and we whooped it up in Mexico. Next year, 2020, they're going to Punta Cana. And so let's say you hit Success Club 6 each month, okay? Those points, anytime you hit Success Club, it turns into dollars for this trip. So for Mexico, I didn't owe any money except for flights and then like transportation because we had to pay for transportation. But do you get what I mean? So like these Success Club points go to Success Club dollars you earn towards that trip. And with that trip, you can bring somebody and they're all paid for, just you have to pay for flights. So it's very cool. Also too, like I said, there's incentive if you're new to the business. If you signed up as a coach and you get your first 3 months in Success Club 6, you get a free ticket to Summit. You get a call with Carl Deichler your first month, and that is the CEO of the business. And I got that call. I loved it. I still love that man to this day. I want to hug him one day. I will hug him.
Why don't you tell us what you call him?
Carly, I don't know if that is appropriate for this call. Carly's going to meet him here. She's going to LA.
This weekend. I'm so excited.
Is it this weekend? Oh
I
man,
leave on Thursday.
that's so exciting. So, just tap him on his butt for me. So you get this call with Carl. It's awesome. I mean, it's the same thing, that free ticket to Summit. Success Club, if you hit it for a year, 2 years in a row, you get recognized at Summit. It's great, but it does not define you.
Yeah.
I shoot for that goal each month because it's my own personal business goal, because I always want to constantly help 3 new people each month.
Agreed. And it's also the best value for them. So
Mhm.
like if somebody tries to order Shakeology from you and then Beachbody On Demand, they're paying like $115 more than they should. So it not only benefits you, it benefits the customer as well because they're saving on shipping and it's like a nice bundle deal. So Beachbody really looks out for us in that sense. And I have to say it's one of those things where like I never felt like I got a lot of recognition in my job. If that's something that you crave and you looking for, you're certainly going to get that. And to Courtney's point, it doesn't define you, but it's definitely something that's going to help you make money, help get your customer set up with the best results and benefit you. It's awesome. It's a win-win. So Success Club, I'm such a huge fan of. And these trips don't suck either. I mean, Jackie and I are going on this cruise. Courtney, we're going to miss you. I still have room in my
But
cabin.
that's good, Jackie. You're gonna go.
Yeah, Jackie and Missy are gone. We're going to
That's
send you guys
awesome.
lots of pictures. And I will send you pictures of the headquarters too when we go there or when I go there this weekend. I'm going with a couple other peeps.
Yeah,
But
I need pictures of Carl's package. Just kidding. No.
I guess she thinks he's hot. I don't know. I don't feel him like that yet, but
I feel like he's a babe. He is a babe. And when you hear him live and talk and his passion for helping the epidemic of obesity, you'll sit there and cry and you're going to want to hug him. And you're like, but this is the whole thing with Beachbody. And this is why we are all on this call or all listening to this call. This is not a quick fix. This is not a get rich scheme. Like, there's passion behind of this, and this is doing the correct things to live a balanced lifestyle. There's no magic pill. Like, here's this fat burner, but keep eating your Dominoes and Twinkies all day long. But don't forget to take your fat burner, because that's going to save your life, which we all know that's a crock. Sorry, I get really passionate about that because that drives me crazy. So, so you'll see these trips, and then the girls will be working out with the trainers. Like, it's fun and it's good time, and you're around people who get it. Carly already has her ticket to Summit. Yeah, so she's gonna go to Summit.
Are you gonna bring the babe? Maybe. No, you're like Jackie. She's about to have a baby in like a couple weeks. Erica, Mandy, that's what we're talking about. But no, that's exciting. You're going to love Summit so much. It's going to change your life. I'm dead serious. I was just talking about this with my Team Cup people. That's a whole other story if you don't know what that is. But I was like, I can compare it to like when I left, it felt similar to like after my wedding where I was like so happy and like filled with like love and like it just fills you up. It's really cool. Not the same as your wedding, don't get me wrong, but similar feelings. So the last thing we want to talk to you guys about is some word that used to scare the crap out of me. I will just say that I thought that I didn't need this for probably about a year and a half. And knowing me now, it's really funny because this is the thing I invest in most is personal development. And what we mean by that is just reading books that make you feel better about yourself and help you grow as an individual. Call them self-help books, call them personal development, call them growth books, whatever you call them. We definitely want to, one of the biggest pieces that you need to know when you start a business is you got to grow as a human. Yes, I love it. Oh, hi, Mandy. Sorry, I got distracted. But like reading a book to start or just listening to it for all you busy moms out there, we get it. You don't have time. I mean, I didn't even have time when I was working my corporate job and I didn't have kids. So get yourself Audible. And I mean, Courtney, you can say your top 3 books, but my top 3 books that I recommend to my coaches are The Compound Effect, amazing. You Are a Badass. The Slight Edge, or get over your damn self. One of those. I get stuck. Girl, wash your face is also a great one, but my top 3 are probably going to be, compound effect, you are badass, and get over your damn self. What are yours, Court?
I mean, those are good books. So going to my, I gotta scooch over to my, I gotta scooch over to my library. So I will tell you my deal with personal development, and it's helped me huge in my own recovery. I was a type of chick who, like, I read all the Twilight books. I read the 50 Shades, and that was like it, guys. And then I would read other books and put them down, and like 10 years later, come back to them. So when I started this business, I was still working my 9-to-5 job. When I stopped that, I was like, you know what? I can't ever get the reading in at night because I fall asleep. So what I stopped watching morning television, and I replaced that with building my solid morning rise up routine. And I've been consistent with it ever since. I still enjoy reading. There are books, though, I will listen to on Audible, sometimes if I want to get 2 for 1. But I will also say The Compound Effect is a must. That was like the first one I read in this business. You Are a Badass, for sure.
Stole my books. You Are a Badass at Making Money is also amazing.
Yeah,
Helps
but
money mindset.
yeah, that is a good money mindset one. And I'm just trying to relate it to the body.
Right. So okay.
Actually, do The Universe Has Your Back. Boom. So The Universe Has Your Back, You Are a Badass, and The Compound Effect. Start with those 3 books and what Carly said, The Slight Edge, because we had the same ones.
Yeah. And they're all just going to help you. I mean, I know it feels like a lot. You're doing a lot right now. You're going to check into a new group. You got to read, whatever. This is all like the same amount of time that you can spend on doing like a workout. Or, if you're struggling with time, sometimes I've gone as far as like helping people just lay out their schedule and look for open pockets. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that means getting up a little bit earlier, staying up a little bit later. And you know what? The sacrifice is totally freaking worth it, you guys, because you'll see a return on that. You will see a return on the time that you are putting into conversations, to focusing on yourself, to working on your fitness journey and sharing it with others. It's going to come back tenfold. And when you change that one person's life, you're going to see what we mean and why we're still here. Mm-hmm. So we want you to be encouraged by all of this versus feeling like you're overwhelmed. Maybe you're not. Maybe we're just saying that too much, but we know where you're at. Because we've been there, and we just want to make sure you guys know that we're relatable people who don't want to throw stuff down your throat, but we are here to help you strive to be a better person. I mean, we're not going to tell you to sit back and just be like, oh, it's cool, wing it. Like, you do the work and it's going to show.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, going forward, I want to say this to anybody, and this is an expectation. You need to put this business in front of you for a year, because it honestly, you might get to a point after 3 months where you're just like, oh, what am I doing? And I'm just saying this from my own history and too with other coaches, where that's not a lot of time. If you want to make this a business, like what brick and mortar business do you know that opened with, and then 3 months later they're closed because they're like, I wasn't getting any traction. I'm not saying that's not going to happen to you, but you know what I mean? Like, you have to give this at least a good solid year. I think that's realistic. And just so you know of what it takes to put in the time of the business, because you can just do this an hour a day if you choose that. It all just depends on how you choose to run your business. But give yourself the expectation at least like a year of this to give it a fair go, because I've had people and know people who who have left, and they've left too soon, where it's just like, you need to give it some time. I guess that's the point of this conversation, is you just need to give it some time.
I love it. Sorry, it got loud in my house, so I had to put it on mute. But yeah, I totally agree. And don't even think about, like, if a year scares you, just think about it like this. Like, I'm going to be making more money in a year. Like, we're going to have you focus on day-to-day things, like what you can focus on here and now and what you can focus on weekly. And we're just here to help you through it. So does anyone have any questions? I know we shared a ton of information, but is there anything like we may have not covered, or that you have a question on that you've been reading over and just didn't know?
Yeah, and I don't mean to overwhelm anyone with that year. I just want everyone to think realistically.
Okay, no questions? Feedback?
Question? Yeah.
Did we forget anything?
Anything?
Jackie, you're a professional. Jackie's a diamond coach. What do you think? You're just writing him a big Carl.
Thought it was solid.
Thanks, girl. Love it. Awesome. Okay, you guys. Well, this was super fun. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate you, taking the time for yourself and for your family, and to invest in who you are. And, you're going to have a lot of fun on this journey. So we're excited for you. If there's anything we can do to help you, let us know.
Yeah, you guys are going to have a time. We're going to have a time together. Again, we're very relaxed. And if you're struggling, just reach out and let us know. That's all. That's all we ask. Show up and reach out if you need help.
Boom. Hi, Mandy. I see your pretty face now.
Oh, and I want to hear everyone on this call. What are you going to be reading? What's going to be your first book?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think you're going to have to unmute them.
Oh, my bad.
Like right now, I'm reading The Liver Detox, so that's my book.
I'm currently reading Untethered Soul.
Oh, yes, girl. Is
It's
that one
recommended by Shaun T.
Yes. I have that one on my list. Mindy, which one are you? It's good.
I am reading, I'm upstairs, so I can't pull it, but it's Love Your Life, Love Something. It's the Queer Eye book.
Oh, great.
It's lovely.
The new Queer Eye or the old Queer Eye?
The new Queer Eye. Oh,
Okay.
no, the new. But then Karamo's coming out with a book.
Okay.
And my sister's going to hear him speak, and so she's giving me the book because
perfect.
He's a beautiful man.
Jackie Dugan, what are you reading?
I'm reading T is for Transformation right now, and I'm doing Dr. Vic's 12-week course too.
Oh, snap. You loving it?
Mm-hmm. I am, yeah.
Isn't he just a joyous man?
She's killing it.
Erica, what are you reading?
I'm reading T is for Transformation.
I need to get that book too.
It's a good book. I've read it twice.
I remember you telling me that one. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my list too.
It's my first one, like, ever. I don't do personal development books. I do like everything else. Like, I read like 80 books last year, but this is my first personal development book because I tried them before and just not my jam. But I love Shaun T, so I'm enjoying this.
Good.
It's a good audiobook too because he reads it himself, so it kind of like just goes one level further. So if you need an audiobook, that's a good one.
Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do is get the audio because I just want to hear him. Like today when he was yelling, "Count your numbers." I was dying when I was doing that, but it's just like he's my favorite of them all. He's the best one live. He's to me, like, he gets you motivated. He makes you cry. He makes you laugh. Like, he has all the feels.
Yep.
So, and he's just super good live. Like, to work out with him live, I will definitely be choosing him again for Summit this year.
Duh, for sure.
Yeah. Me and Megan had a ball with him last year.
Wait, he's going to be at Summit this year? Are we sure?
Every year.
Yeah, every year. I
Thank
don't
God
think
I bought that ticket.
yeah, I don't think he was at Carly. I don't think he was in New Orleans.
I think he was on his book tour.
Yeah. So last year he was there in that Shaun T workout because you can pick. Well, Ava's up. You pick the trainer you want to work out with. She's the cutest, and his sold out like first. Oh, so is she gonna talk?
Yeah, sorry, I put a Ava. Can you say hi to the friends? Can you say hi to the team?
Hi, Ava.
Say what's up, team.
What's up, team?
What's up with you?
Just killing it.
Eesh.
Where's Tyson?
Oh, he's right there.
What's he doing?
Oh, he's just standing.
He's just standing there. All right. Did you see Dr. Vic today?
Yeah.
Did you see Veronica?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you love them? Kids are always welcome on the calls, you guys. If you gotta mute yourself, you gotta mute yourself. But like, it's such a family business because we know that it's intertwined your life. So feel free. I mean, unless they're like flicking people off and stuff, then we'll have to. Just kidding. Whatever works. So that's Ava. You will be seeing a lot of her, especially if you follow me on social media.
It was
But
great.
thank you guys. I mean, that's all I really have. Did we get everything? I think we did.
We did get everything. So if you guys
We
have any
went a
questions,
lot. We'll post the recording, and if you have questions or you need to rewatch, it's available to you. And just keep in touch with us in the group. Every day we'll post something new, and just try to stay with it as best you can. You can also jump ahead if you feel like you're like, all right, this is a little too slow for me. I'm ready to go. Like, just go. And we'll be there to support you where you're at. We're used to that with people at all different levels, for sure.
we are. Go at your own pace. Slow, fast, whatever. All right. Well, good call, ladies.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Can you say goodnight? There's another. Oh, look at there's Mandy's book. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, Ava.
You wave?
Have a great night.
Oh.
Peace, y'all.
Mommy, got some tea with you?
Sure. Bye, guys.